Yo, we here, man. It's a special episode. I got my homegirl Sin from Brockton again.
You know what time it is.
You know, co-guessing with a nigga, man. I got a special guest with me in the motherfucking building.
The most special.
One of my favorite white boys. I got Tom Brady. I got my nigga Ben singing. But I got my nigga Millyz here, man. Hand clap for my nigga Millyz, man. In the motherfucking building. BlancoIII, go get it. BlancoIII. BlancoIII. In every language, man. Go get that shit, man. What's good with you, boy?
What's up, bro?
I'm happy you was able to come through, man. Stamp my shit, man.
Yeah.
I appreciate you.
I like you got the crepe plates.
Yeah.
You get my shit official.
You know, I got to show some love.
I had my own bottle, but then I was pleased to see that.
Not when you come on a BNF podcast, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know,
as it should be.
But I see you moving around a lot, man. You in the A, you moving around Colombia, and I know you corona free, man. I'm happy you was able to beat that, but
I got immunity.
But you just in the A though. Don't seem like you care too much.
No, because I got this is what I'm telling you. I got immunity. Once you get it,
How you beat corona then go to ATL?
that's what I did it for.
To go to the A.
Once you beat corona, you can't get it no more ever.
So you can't get it, like you can't test positive anymore at all?
Nah, hell no. And if anybody says they did, that's a lie because.
So you don't even need to wear a mask no more.
Nah, I do it out of respect. Like I was at Blaze's event the other day in Cambridge. I was around the mayor.
Yeah.
Some like less fortunate people, and I had, you feel me, the mask on to show respect.
Yeah, but once you so you can't get it again. You can't get it. This is not like chlamydia, nothing where you can get it twice.
No.
Okay.
No.
It is, but
I had one of those that almost took me out. Like I still got the picture of the pot in my phone. You know the pot? Anybody ever told you that?
Yeah, the remedy.
It's the remedy pot. I couldn't breathe without this pot. I had to go. Yo, I swear to God, that shit give me the chills. Like I had to go to that pot every day when I couldn't breathe because I got a million asthma pumps. They doing nothing for me. I'm going outside. I remember sitting in my car because I got like a little luxury apartment out here too with a little garage, and the garage is like outside in the air. You know what I mean? You could get some air. So it was the summer when I caught it. I would have hated to catch that shit in the winter, but I was going outside just to get some air in the day, and I really couldn't breathe. By that time, I stopped taking FaceTimes. I couldn't talk no more.
That's serious.
I didn't say a word for 3 days.
You know when I knew corona was real, because I didn't know, like, I'm like, this is making this up. But once white people started getting affected by it, I was like, yo, this shit is for real. This shit is serious. This is really like a disease, nigga. I thought it was some made up shit, nigga. Because only niggas was catching it first. It was a nigga virus first.
What I'm saying, right?
But once I seen you coughing, I was like, oh shit.
I would go, yo, I had funny as shit. I had just got my new car, right? Like, literally like 4 days before type shit. I'm proud of my car, you feel me? I just got my new shit, I'm hype.
What kind of car you got?
I got it. Can't say that.
Okay, yeah, my fault.
It's one of them things.
Okay.
6 figures and all of that.
Okay, doing your thing out here.
But I went to I was out of breath and I was going down to just get some air around the car, and I'm sitting in the car and I'm like, yo, this is crazy. I'm about to die and I never even drove my car type shit. I started arranging my music, like telling people, look, this folder, put that out if I die, shit like that. And I'm like, damn, I was just thinking this is weak because I'm not going to get a funeral because I want one of them lit funerals when I die. Like,
absolutely.
I know what I mean to my city and shit.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? So I want one of them. I want one of them crazy
New Orleans funeral.
And I'm like,
yeah,
no
New
one's
Orleans
gonna come
vibes.
to my funeral? That's garbage. Like,
but all jokes aside, that shit's serious. You see what Jeremiah going through?
Nah, when my heart goes out to him when I heard that, because even though they saying now he's better, he's still about to have to go through the bullshit because I'm just now getting back right, and I healed in July 19th. You feel me?
That's crazy. Fred the Godson.
I was just about to say Fred the Godson was
a lot of people lost their life, man.
Like a week before I had my shit.
Shit's
like,
serious.
And I got
still serious.
When they said that, I was like,
that shit hit
this
you.
shit real. Like Fred
it
the
is
Godson,
real. It's not a game.
Tell it's some man-made shit when it's in you. It doesn't feel like a cold. People thinking, yo, I was massive. Nah, it doesn't feel like that. It feels like some man-made, different type of shit.
It's different. I'm happy you survived that. You here with niggas now, man.
Word.
So, let's talk about you, man. You know, obviously, I know you from Cambridge. I know niggas ask you a lot about growing up in Cambridge and being in Cambridge. And I feel like you always gotta hold Cambridge down because I feel like, you know, when we think about Cambridge, we think about what? Harvard Square. We think about
Who thinks about that?
I even think about that.
You think about that?
I think when I think about Cambridge, I don't think about the grittiness of Cambridge. When I think about Cambridge, I think about Harvard. I think about you know, scholars. I'm not good schools. You know, I don't think about so you being a rapper from Cambridge, you don't think that like knocked you not getting that street credibility? Because I feel like you always got to fight for that being from Cambridge.
Not really, because dudes who know what it is know what it is. You know what I mean? But
so it gets
it's the same. It's the same with Boston when you go national. You go out of town. Ask somebody from Little Rock, Arkansas, what they know about Boston. They're gonna tell you white people and the Red Sox and racism.
That's true.
They're not gonna tell you. Go ask somebody from Memphis, Chicago. So it's the same. You feel me? As far as like how people might got the insight like nothing's going on out there. It's the same that the national people got that outlook on Boston.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I don't really trip off that like dude.
But in Cambridge, niggas do get busy. Like niggas get busy everywhere else, you know?
I never grew up. I grew up under teenage trappers with $400,000 type shit like that. Like I grew up under it's a trap city, bro. The biggest trap city to me, you know what I'm saying? Like I really grew up under rich trappers. Like that's all I ever grew up idolizing. I didn't look nowhere else but my city. Just being from the bridge, I never ever looked like, damn, across the bridge in Boston. Never. I knew it was gunplay over there. But nah, this way, they some bricks out here.
There's projects out there.
Have you ever been to like Columbia Street in the early 2000s? On a summer night?
Yeah.
Have you ever been in like Howard and Western?
Never been
You
there.
feel me? In the early 2000s? Wrench Tower, shit like that. Like, if you go there, you wouldn't know the difference between any other hood in America, bro.
I went to North Cambridge Catholic for a year before I got kicked out. But North Cambridge Catholic had a lot of Boston niggas in there. It wasn't even like a lot of people from Cambridge, but I do know some Cambridge niggas.
It's just like
anywhere
else, bro. It just got a bigger
Shout out to Cambridge, because I do know some Haitian Cambridge niggas.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You know, some NC niggas.
You know when you got a party,
niggas.
you know when you got a party, who you gotta call.
I'm calling Cambridge.
VIP sections.
I'm calling Cambridge niggas, NC niggas.
Yeah,
Yeah.
a lot.
Yeah, it don't come through.
Historically.
Campaign.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Make it look good.
Yeah, I always appreciate that. But one thing about you being from Cambridge is now you're from Cambridge, you're a white artist, right? From Cambridge. And you in a sport that pretty much is, you know, it's hard for you being a white rapper. How do you deal with that? Do you think you face racism? People call it reverse racism. I don't think reverse racism even exists. I call it being prejudiced, you know, because I don't think you can face racism if you're white. I don't believe that. I do believe that you can face prejudice.
Yeah,
you know?
I think it's like for somebody like me, it's harder because I'm a white guy talking about street content in my music. It's never been done before. So anytime you're trying to do something that's never been done before, it's gonna be hard. It's gonna be an obstacle.
Yeah.
So, you know. But it's harder to make it as a white rapper, but once you make it, then the white privilege kicks in, and then you get on your G-Eazy shit and you out of here. You get all the
Do you ever you never got discouraged though?
Yeah, of course. But at the same time, like, I know I'm that. Like, I've never had a problem with the music. Nobody's ever been like, you're garbage. I never had that problem type shit. So I was always getting validated from my neighborhood to the next level, to the next level, to the next level. So I was always confident in my skill and my ability. But the shit that would discourage me is it's not even as, like, being a white rapper and then being from the Boston area, it's almost impossible to make it out of the Boston area. Who made it in the last 30 years? I'm just talking statistically.
You're talking about from Boston as a rapper.
It's harder to land. It's harder to make it in the game being from Massachusetts than to land on the moon as an astronaut. That's a fact.
Why do you think it's like that though? Historically, Boston music-wise, historically, with the Bobby Browns and New Edition.
Don't
I was
count.
about to just say
Talking rap.
that's singing.
It don't count.
So they're reaching out to everybody. Rap.
What do you think's the issue? Is it the record labels? Is it producers?
I think it's the brand.
From
Contrary
Boston.
to people's belief, they was the best things to ever happen to Boston because they was really putting pressure on rappers and shit like that.
When it was coming down.
There's a lot of people, like I said, that don't even know the streets of Boston exist nationally because the brand of Boston. The brand of Boston is so big. That's the Red Sox. Like,
Yeah. Sports
white
town.
people, bro. It's like the
Best
opposite
hospitals.
of Atlanta. You feel me? Like
Yeah.
Best
it
schools.
caters to white people
Yeah.
and shit. So like having the wise guys and shit, they was making rappers check in and putting pressure on rappers. I feel like that, you know, that was needed type shit just to make people respect this shit. Rappers be coming out here with no guns on them.
Besides Benzino, I feel like our last industry representation was Smoke Bolger. As far as
Cousin Stiz too. You gotta understand. Cousin
yep.
Stiz has a fucking song right now. Ride for me, bitch. I'm perfect. Every bitch on my timeline is rapping that. He's on a major label. So him too. We can't look over him.
No, yeah, I wasn't talking about now, but I feel like that was our last that era. I feel like Cousin Stiz broke that era.
Smoke got it.
Yeah. So Cousin Stiz is doing this
Smoke
thing
made it
too.
look good too.
But then again, we have these type of artists, but then it's like we don't have that artist with that big personality too. You know what I'm saying? Cousin Stiz is hot, but he doesn't
Like a Yo Pesci.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But with that type of skill set when it comes to rapping.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So we don't have that.
Because he's kind of off the wall with it.
And I seen you had him in the video. What's y'all relationship? What's y'all relationship? What's y'all relationship?
Hilarious. Like, that's my man.
I see you put him in the vid and all
Yeah,
that.
he needs that because honestly, like, yo, you gotta think. That's the problem with our scene. There's not enough managers in our scene. There's not enough people taking talent and building it. Somebody should be running with Yo Pesci right now, cutting up his clips,
Editing.
introducing him to people in New York, man. Yo Pesci did 1.5 million views in 6 hours on Twitter.
Yeah.
Off of doing his little heel-toe dance.
Yeah.
On
It's
a,
a
like,
gift now.
on like a Joe Biden tweet or something. I don't know
It's
what
a
it
gift.
was, but it's like, come on, if you do that,
It's a gift. Like
how's it
people
nobody?
retweet all the time.
Shout out to everybody eats in the building.
How's there nobody grabbing him and taking it to the next level?
Stamping everything out here, man. If everybody eats ain't stamping you, don't eat that shit. That's one thing I learned, man. Big facts. But yeah, but that's the greatest thing that you do. That's why I say you're one of my favorite white boys because honestly, you're a humble cat and you support everything from mass. If you like it, you supporting it. And you put niggas on. A lot of niggas in your position ain't doing that, bro.
But I do that because nobody did it for me. You know what I mean? So it's like,
And you still do it.
Yeah. Even if like sometimes I got a relationship with E-Double, right?
Shout out to E-Dub.
That's my man. I fuck with him the long way, and I swear to God, I'll
Hold on. Matter of fact, not to cut you off, but E-Dub is back on the radio and he's doing this thing. Shout out to him.
Crazy.
Yeah.
So that's my man, and me knowing that, I feel like I got a responsibility because now he's listening to what I'm talking about. So if I hear an artist with a fire song, I told him about Wiz Dakota. He'll be mad about that, you know what I'm saying? But I told him about Wiz Dakota. I tell him about certain artists. Like if I hear Adida Flyers before their shit is all the way booming, he's probably already on them. But like any artist that's coming up and boom, I'm on the phone instantly. Like we got that. We actually got a like a finder's game. Like who's gonna find the talent type shit. And I'm hitting dudes and I'm telling yo, get a clean record. E-Double gonna play your shit. You feel me? I don't want nothing out of it. Just I believe in the scene, and there's mad talent out here because we don't
Especially now.
We don't got the guidance, but we have all the talent, and that's from Boston to Brockton to Lawrence to Cambridge, everywhere. We just don't have the guidance. It's not enough. It's not enough big homies.
We don't have the guidance, nor do we have the structure, I feel like. We don't have that structure out here, that producer, the labels and all that. I feel like every time we got a guy like you, they got to go to New York or...
No, you have to. Yeah, you
And
gotta go.
I was speaking to, shout out to my nigga True. I was speaking to my nigga True, and he feels like he got to go to A. Like, for us to blow, we feel like we got to leave here. You know what I'm saying? Like,
No, you do, though. I don't feel like...
but I feel like that's an issue, though.
Yeah, of course. But, like, you have
be
to
in the
leave.
rooms, man. There's no
You have to leave. Yeah, everything. I got 150,000 followers on Instagram. I swear to God, 130 of them shits come from New York. Me being in rooms, Casanova, yo, throw my freestyle up, bro. You know what I mean? Little shit, East Post to me, kid. These are the people I'm around. Like, how is this room? It's 3 people out of this room will have 1 million followers. It's the difference in them other cities. Our shit ain't really up like that. No. We need to create that. You know what I mean?
Honestly,
like, you should have a M. I got an M. You got an M. And now Adidas Flyers got an M, and now we find somebody, and we like, oh, his shit is hot. We all post at the same time. Now they going, and that's like the ladder you need to pull, motherfucker.
I feel like we're finally getting a little bit better at that. You know what I'm saying? I feel like Boston, we got a lot of pride. It'd be like situations like this where niggas can link up and vibe and exchange and network. I feel like we need more networking scenes out there. But, you know, it'd be a lot of street politics and shit like that. But I feel like it can get done. You know?
A lot of street politics, because all my favorite artists from Boston particularly, it's a lot of politics.
It's a lot of politics. But I know we're talking about Cambridge a little bit. You grew up in Cambridge. We talked about you feeling like you faced challenges, but how being white helped you as a rapper.
It helped me stick out. You know how dudes dye their dreads purple? Hell, I naturally stick out.
Yeah.
Feel me?
And I also feel like, why would you want to give up your white privilege to be around us? Niggas like this, why would you want to do that? Give up the white privilege.
I've been around black people. I'm from Cambridge.
True. There's a lot of Haitians.
No white people. Yeah, I grew up with all Haitians. Feel me? That's who I'm most comfortable with.
Yeah.
Type shit. So
I would never give that up.
Don't get it fucked up. I access my white privilege. I done stood trial. You feel me? It's me and my mother there, and I put a blue. We looked it up, and you put a like a blue. If you wear baby blue, it's like an innocent color type shit. I had a big baby blue collar shirt on with my whitest of whitest faces in front of the jury, and I beat trial. You feel me?
So you're a smart one. You not 24/7 with it.
Privilege every time I can. I'm not stupid.
My man Ben Zingen is one of the worst white dudes. Nah, because we got pulled over one time and he had a chance to use his white privilege, and I'm looking at him like, yo, what are you doing? Fuck you pulling us over for? Whoa, this is the time you're supposed to get us out the situation. I can't stand them type of white people.
See, my shit was.
You gotta learn when to turn it on and turn it off. This is the time for you to use your card, bro.
I had so many cases by the time, like, I had cocaine trafficking cases by the time I'm 18.
You beat a lot of cases, bro, without Rosemary.
Yeah.
Privilege card is heavy.
Who's Rosemary?
She's a B.
She in Boston. We got George Murphy and Flaherty and shit like that.
Rosemary is a female. Well, they got a documentary going on. Very popular documentary right now with Trial 4. Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
With Sean Ellis. But
now,
she's a big.
Shout out George Murphy though. I don't know Rosemary, but
Rosemary's a beast. But a lot of niggas don't understand this, right? Niggas watch Rosemary and think like that's the lawyer I have to walk through the courtroom. She got a lot of smoke out here. Cops don't like her. DAs don't like her.
Judges don't like her.
So, yeah, you might show that you got the bag by getting Rosemary, but there's a lot of niggas who don't got smoke too. Fucking with Rosemary too. So I feel like niggas be getting it for the clout. In reality,
and the lawyer I had, honestly, he was the DA before, so his relationships was so deep, and you know what I mean.
That's one thing. Relationships was when it comes to that, it's a lot of politics in the court.
I had on my second cocaine trafficking case. My first one was a cocaine trafficking conspiracy. We beat that in Somerville, quick, like off of they didn't have the evidence type shit. Me and my man, he in the room. Yes, we beat that quick. But the second time, they had pretty much caught me red-handed. But the plea he got me. He had me plea out to like a DUI and a possession, busted all the way down, and like 3 years suspended sentence or some shit. But the plea was crazy, you know what I mean? And that's like relationships type shit.
Yeah, that's what I'm feeling like. You need a lawyer that can got good relationships in the courtroom.
Call someone. Yeah, like, yo, listen, man, just get my man off.
Exactly.
It's like that can work. They all go to Ruth Chris, and I don't know.
Yeah, absolutely. They ain't going to Ruth Chris for Rosemary. They hate that bitch.
Boston's not in Woburn then. Hell no. Right?
Nah. Woburn, no sense.
Woburn is the devil. Woburn gave my homies life, natural life, and all of that. Like where the victim died with a gun in his hand, and they still got smoked as the opposite of white privilege. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, they got swapped out by the lawyers and all of that. Like I mean, like the lawyers really swapped them out. Like you could tell it was a deal. Like yo, just give us this case easy because it was really murder in defense of another. You feel me? That's a real law, and they was never even presented with that option.
What year was this?
The lawyer actually told my man to go testify and say we was drug dealers. That's why we had guns on us type shit.
That's crazy.
Shit like this. And these like
what year was this?
Kids. This is 05, 6.
And it's crazy because you watched the Sean Ellis documentary. I know you told me you only on episode 3, but
I can't believe even what they did to him. Like
I can't even finish it.
They'll have you say things that's not true.
Because you know John Gotti. Why they call him the Teflon Don is because he was getting hung juries
Yeah.
And
But
he was walking out of court on them shit.
Showing
Once
off.
he got a hung jury, it's over. You're not taking me back to trial.
Yeah.
You know
Take
better
this
than that.
nigga
Because I'm going to
couple
flip your next
times.
jury. So the fact that they ran him back on a fucking hung jury twice, he was supposed to be gone. Like, he was good. He made it out.
After that, I was
He
over
made
it. I
it.
was
2
like,
hung
I can't.
juries is an innocent.
But one thing about Sean Ellis that I will never understand is I don't give a fuck. I'm not putting myself at a scene of a murder.
Yeah, but he was a young kid, bro.
Yeah.
There's a lot of young niggas around that's not putting themselves on the scene of crime,
There's a lot
bro.
that are, though. A lot.
I'm not.
By accident.
If I know a cop died, if I was 16 years old, I know a cop died somewhere. I'm not saying I was there. I'm not saying that, especially being a black teenager, knowing how real it is, especially in the 90s. I just don't think that's not something right to do.
I mean,
You know?
hindsight is 20/20, but a lot of people do that. Like, it is what it is.
It really is. He wasn't no fucking crazy gangbanger to know the rules. Like,
He's a kid. He's a
He was
child, bro.
literally a kid.
You know what your frontal lobe is?
Of
it
course.
doesn't get developed till you're like 25.
Your frontal lobe don't get developed till you 23, 24, 25. It's a whole
25.
part of your fucking brain. How is it possible to sentence somebody to life and your brain hasn't been developed? You a child until you're 24.
It's 'cause I'm
Technically. Your brain had... When my frontal lobe kicked in, I said, oh, damn, I gotta stop shooting at people and doing all of this shit, and I gotta pursue music. I swear to God, as soon as my shit was there, I was like logical all of a sudden.
Exactly.
I moved to New York after my shit developed, but before that, I was doing the craziest shit in the world.
Man, frontal lobe or not, you telling me that I know a cop died somewhere, I wasn't there. I don't give a fuck.
Okay, that's you.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I'm just not. There's certain
He
decision.
never did.
There's certain things I'm not putting
He
myself.
stutters
And
and
it,
shit. He probably does like. He
but you
probably
didn't get
has
to watch
some-
his uncle. His uncle. That's supposed to be his
His
uncle.
uncle a rat, too.
His uncle's a rat. His uncle
Big cheese eater.
told him what time it was, told the cop what time it was, and actually got rewarded off that, sharing that information. So there's a lot of different dynamics. When you talk about racism in Boston, especially in the 90s, it was really heavy, man.
Depressing.
I want to talk about your upbringing, Millyz, man. You grew up in a 2-family home, or your house was broken?
I grew up with my mother.
You don't know your pops at all?
Nah, I know my pops.
How's that relationship?
He moved to New Hampshire. So when I was younger or whatever, but he's cool. That's like my man. Like, you know, he enjoys.
You're closer with your mom, Dukes?
Like, yeah, hell yeah. I'm single mother raised as far as like that goes. Like when I was going through that shit, it was just her there.
Yeah. And where's
I
you?
fuck with my pops. My pop's a rock star, so you know. Like I grew up, my pop's house was very like artistic. You ever heard of like Apoligize, like closer to my dreams, I'm getting higher.
The shit that Drake redid.
Yeah, so like a big singer, she lived in my pop's crib when I was coming up. Like my pops had
Pops was big on music.
yeah, my pops was just like an artistic guy, you feel me? Real artistic. Like he had a lot of artists in the house a lot of the times.
So
And then my mother pretty much thought that house was too destructive for me. And
So
then
what
she brought
age?
me,
What age you got removed from your
like
pops?
10, 11. Yeah, and then he ended up moving to New Hampshire. But I would still see him like 2 days out the week until I was like 13, 14 type shit.
You really got that Tommy complex, that great relationship with the moms, but the pops is just kind of like up in
That's
the
my
air.
man though. Yeah, that's my man.
You have his
my man.
spirit.
Yeah, I fuck with my pops
Literally.
a long way. Yeah, my
Like,
pops.
you love
is-
your mother, but
like
you
you would
have
love, love my pops if you met
Yeah.
him and shit. Like he was actually just going through some things. I was having a hectic schedule. I had to drive up to New Hampshire real quick to see him, and he was in there telling me about all this. He was telling me all about this Haitian shit. Like he's like a studier, like some sort of philosopher type shit. Like he telling me how like this movie. What's the movie called? You ever heard of Serpent in the Rainbow?
No.
You gotta look that up.
Is that a
Like
Haitian
about
movie?
How they be like,
No.
it's like how like the black magic and they could turn a motherfucker to a.
What's it on?
He was telling me ill shit, even with the voodoo shit, like how motherfuckers will hit you with the poison from a puffer fish, like certain. He's just in tune with certain shit, and he was out of it, like he was going through some shit, but he still just recalls like little He's a dope dude, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
He be feeling like I disrespect him in my music a lot, though. That was one of our things, like, why we kind of, like, fell out a little bit. You know what I mean? I got this record called Cliff Notes, and he felt like, you know, my truth wasn't his truth or whatever.
And y'all was able to repair that relationship after that record?
Yeah, I hope, you know. He takes shit hard sometimes, but...
That was an important record for you as well, though.
Yeah, hell yeah.
There was a video that you did, and we was talking about it. I don't know if you was doing a depiction of your mother and your childhood. Was that the video?
Yes.
No, you talking about Stay for a While.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's Stay for a While.
Was that a depiction of your life and upbringing?
Not necessarily. That was like what the video director came up with. That song, I'm religious, you know what I mean? Like, I don't go to church, but I'm religious. That song was like about God to me. Like, I'm asking God, can I stay for a while? Like, yo, the world is exhausting. I just want to stay for a while type shit. But the video director wanted to do that concept, so it's roughly based on my shit.
Yeah.
Though. Like it looked like my room and I'm punching holes and shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, you know,
Because I feel like our childhood, especially when it comes to artistry and making music, that's definitely part of it. You know how we grew up, and you got a music background. Didn't you say your mom she's in the education field too?
Yeah. She was a teacher. She was a teacher in Boston public schools. Substitute teacher. I used to be so scared for her because I'm like, yo, if they violate you out there, mom, I'ma kill somebody. You know, but she would never tell me even if it did happen. But yeah,
it does get crazy.
Yeah, I know because I'm a sped kid who violate substitute teachers. So
you campaign heavy. You campaign heavy about being a sped kid.
I used to be so ashamed of being a special ed. I used to be ashamed of riding the short bus.
Yeah.
Like that shit. I remember getting off the short bus once and a lady.
Special ed kid fucked me up one time in middle school. Y'all niggas are strong as shit.
And that's
Different type of strength.
That's
nigga.
Mice of Men. You ever read that book?
Yeah, I tried to be a bully. That shit didn't work
talking about,
out.
like, I grew up with all criminals, bro, from
He was
sixth
so
grade.
sweet, but-
From sixth grade, I'm growing up with criminal. My school in Charlestown, I went to school in Charlestown, my whole high school experience. Kids was coming in there with the ankle bracelet and shit. I'm in there with DYS kids and shit like that. I'm in there with the baddest kids from Boston and the baddest kids from the suburbs. Like,
I don't give a fuck.
I said you was in special. You can be in special as far as behavioral.
Me?
Yeah.
Well,
you giving me vibes like we could have went to school
I
together.
went to an alternative.
Yeah, I definitely could have been
high
classmates.
school. Definitely.
Like we would have been instigating.
I left
something.
Brockton High. I couldn't do it. It was too big. It was too many people. I went to an alternative. Nigga, I was chilling, pulling up at 9
How many
o'clock.
people was in there?
In my class, max 10.
That's a sped school.
It's not a
Wait,
spectacle.
10? Now 10 is kind of diesel, like 6.
But
my class is
we
like
did whatever
6.
the fuck we want.
Yeah.
Like,
I graduated
we
with
went
one
on
person.
field trips.
It was
like,
just
we
two of us.
chilling.
And I swear to God, it was just two
You
of
didn't
us.
go on field trips?
Yeah, we went to
on.
Good Times. My field trips was at Good Times.
Bro.
But
Yeah.
to really
you know what Good Times
educate,
is?
of course,
You
I
never
know
been
what
to
good times.
It's
You
not
wasn't
because
outside.
you're slow. It's just, bro, I'm not.
Nah, I
gonna
never
be
been to
around
Good
all
Times.
these people and trying to
Cambridge
learn.
guy telling me I ain't never been to Good Times. Come on,
Good
man.
Times practically in Cambridge. What you mean?
What is it? Somerville?
Yeah.
It's not really Cambridge. It's close enough. But special education, you know what's funny about special education is the fact the way y'all used to put y'all niggas in the basement, right? It was like a place you do not go to. I swear to God, it was mad creepy. And sometimes, right, the niggas upstairs, the niggas upstairs will we'll try to sneak downstairs and see what the fuck is going on. Niggas will look through the window and just see niggas tripping.
But dudes in special ed would beat the dog shit out y'all for coming down and looking in our class.
Didn't I tell you I got fucked up? I told you.
Yeah.
One of them kids put hands on me, strong as shit. It was like grown man strength, bro.
See, you being funny though.
Nah, I swear to God, real life, I was picking. Listen, I swear to God, real life. Yo, I was picking on this kid.
No disrespect. He's trying to talk about like retarded strength. And I'm talking about
No,
like,
them niggas was strong, bro. I'm telling you. Because you gotta understand, them kids taking a lot of medication.
No.
Oh, you
You're
crazy.
dirty. Now you're being dirty.
Yo, they're not taking, them kids are not taking medication.
This is what I'm telling you. I was a
Educate me,
sped
please.
kid.
Talk
I'm in
to
them
me, talk to
rooms.
me. Educate
So it
me.
depends who you talking about.
I'm being ignorant.
It depends.
Educate me.
I'm just saying it depends who you're talking about. I was one of them kids. I wasn't on heavy medication. I was spitting my medication out in the morning.
But they was feeding you medication.
Adderall. They was feeding me Adderall.
I didn't know what Adderall was until I was in Live one night. One of the best nights of my life, man.
Yeah, Adderall and Liv.
Yeah, with the Molly, with the Adderall.
Molly with the Adderall.
Wow, you was
You a
halftime.
drug addict.
Woo!
That's different.
I could have been a rapper that
Okay,
night.
Young Thug, I see you.
It was a great time.
It's like it was halftime.
He was speedballing.
That was a great tripping. Yo, it's crazy. My eyes is popping. You know I got big eyes. My eyes is popping out, and I was like this the whole night. They grinding my teeth the whole night, walking around the club, nigga. Great night though, legendary night, New Year's, man. I had to do it, man. But you watched the verses with
my cigarette. Can I smoke my cigarette?
I'm not gonna allow you to be the first person to smoke a cigarette on a BNF podcast. We only smoke weed here, man. You know.
Just throw me a light in like 5 minutes. Keep talking, I'm with you.
You watched the verses?
Yeah.
What do you think about the Gucci and Jeezy verses?
I thought it was lit for the culture. It was like the Super Bowl.
Word.
How did you feel about all the antics that Gucci was doing in the verses?
I mean, that's what I expected. He was already doing that shit on his social media.
What did you think about it, Sin? We was watching it together, actually. What did you think about it?
Ain't much to think about.
You know what?
17, bitch.
I think Jeezy reminded us.
Got that shit.
Hold on,
Jeezy music, what?
Legendary.
Musically?
It's just Gucci or die.
I'm with you, but I ain't gonna lie.
I grew up on Gucci.
I'm from
Jeezy's
CMB.
cool,
I'm from
but-
CMB. We trap the hardest. You feel me? We trap the hardest.
Jeezy made a lot
it's
of niggas sell
I
crack.
can't even I'm from CMB, the crack capital. We trap the hardest.
Yeah.
I can't them records is different to me. That shit hit me different.
The
my
culture
man
was
Beast,
different.
My man Beast, I'm living in. When Jeezy popped, I'm living in Woodrow Wilson with my bed on the floor, in the projects type shit. And Beast came one day with a fucking CD, and he's like, yo, my homegirl gave me this from Atlanta. She said this is the biggest artist. And we stayed in that, my man that got Natural Light right now, we stayed in that apartment with 5 of the homies all sleeping on the floor, listening to Trap or Die, Trap or Die, Trap or Die. And then 6 months later, I had my bands up. You feel me? So Jeezy hit me different.
No, definitely. I felt like, Jeezy, this was my problem with Jeezy, right? Because he made niggas sell crack. You know what I'm saying? He influenced every nigga to wear snowman t-shirts and really live that culture. Then he left niggas stinking. He really left niggas stinking. He really went corporate on niggas. And I felt like Jeezy never really brought niggas up.
That's the natural next step as a hustler to progress.
True, but also bring young niggas with you that you influence, though, negatively. He influenced niggas. There's a lot of niggas doing life behind jail because of young Jeezy.
Nah,
that's a fact, bro.
Because if you tell me to bust my gun, that's worse than you telling me to trap. Because trapping at least
selling crack cocaine, bro, is no different from killing somebody.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not. Niggas getting life, bro.
Especially down south.
Niggas are getting life behind that shit.
What you saying, but one is killing somebody for no money. The other is you trying to get a bag.
All I'm saying, right?
You're trying to at least get a bag, and that money can put your family in a better position. Killing somebody can't put your family in a better position unless you're taking a hit.
I understand the point you're trying to make, but you was selling that to the youth. You was selling that to niggas, right? But you get to a certain status where now it's fuck niggas. I don't feel like he ever elevated niggas that he was teaching the message to. That's my only problem with Jeezy.
So many artists and fucking
Nah, I fuck with Gucci. I don't want to make this I don't fuck with Gucci. I'm just saying I fucked with Jeezy because his music. I'm from CMB. We trap.
That's my only issue with Jeezy. I felt like he left niggas behind and he really didn't bring niggas up after that era. If you made that transition, make niggas make that transition with you.
I wouldn't know.
You know?
I know that my brother, he in the room too. He is the biggest Jeezy fan ever. And we did the BET Hip Hop Awards red carpet together. And I didn't know how much of a Jeezy fan he really was. And I was doing press right next to Jeezy. And Gucci was on the same red carpet. So I don't know how that goes.
But the fact that Jeezy let Gucci get that crazy, I don't know if it was scripted or not. I don't know how scripted it got. Obviously, if it was scripted, Gucci went off the script. I don't think that's a dude that's gonna follow a script. But there's no battle after that.
I don't want to do a versus with somebody who punched my homie in the face.
Yeah.
But at the same time, what Jeezy was trying to show is that you should be able to squash beat. At some point,
you can't squash that though. You can't squash that.
My dead man's a trending.
I understand what you're
You can't squash that.
I'm saying his intention. I'm talking about. Leave that out, right? If he's trying to navigate himself out of the streets, and if he's trying to navigate other people out of the streets, the only way those people can navigate out of the streets is to take what some people would consider to be as a short. I'm not vouching or advocating for that.
That's not even a short.
Me. I'm just saying I see his perspective. It's a hell of a short.
I don't even think, as a man, it was a short, but you know what's the problem is nobody's there to represent Pookie. Nobody's there to defend him. You know, he became a form of entertainment.
Gucci did a show in Mechanicsville prior to that. So the disrespect didn't just start. Like, Gucci, you know what I'm talking about, right? He did the truth. He said, I'm coming to Mechanicsville. And he did the shit in dude's hometown. So if people were surprised on what they saw on Versus, look it up. Gucci performed.
I'm not surprised.
He went to his hood and did a show for no reason.
I expect that from Gucci.
I don't even think he was booked. He just did the show.
I expect that.
That's another true representation of special education is Gucci. But Jeezy, at the end of the day, should never allow none of that fuck shit to go down.
Retarded about Gucci.
But niggas love Gucci. The young niggas love Gucci.
Whole goat.
You know? And I didn't think it helped the culture.
Jeezy did too though. They just didn't show it.
He did. He had some young niggas.
Yeah, you didn't see the other pan view. Jeezy had Rick Ross with him and all.
I seen Ross. Yeah.
He had a lot of guys with him. They just didn't show it. I feel like Jeezy was on his professional shit.
And Gucci got
and sometimes a bitch can make you like. I feel like he thinking about like his girl type shit. Like
I'm not
she's
gonna
mad
lie.
corporate.
I'm not gonna lie. Jeezy made me never want Asian pussy. Cause if that's gonna turn you to be that, I don't want no parts of that.
His album cover.
He's a different nigga. Like
Jezu from the bottom of the map.
That's the old. That's when he was.
Bottom of the strap.
I miss Keisha Cole's when he was getting that Keisha Cole pussy.
It's music.
When he was fucking Keisha Cole, that's the nigga I miss.
How'd you feel about that shit musically? But Gucci didn't even.
I loved
play.
it.
She's a very freaky girl. He didn't play Bitch I Might Be. He ain't play Wild.
He ain't play fucking Trap House 3.
I was so upset. I was sitting there like, damn, this is crazy.
Yeah, music.
He didn't play Trap God.
I think Jeezy smoked him during the verses, but he lost the war. You know, and Gucci wasn't there for a battle. He was there to bully him and disrespect him, and Gucci won that, and he got his point across.
And then, but Gucci also did something good because after, if you did make somebody take a short, then you should squash the beef after that.
Oh, he won all the way around.
That's what dudes don't be getting. They be killing motherfuckers. Like, you ever heard the phrase like, if you back a cat into a corner, you got to give it a way out, because that cat's gonna start scratching. So people be trying to drag problems. When you got to give the cat a way out sometimes. Let that shit go. Like, it's over.
Yeah.
So
From Gucci's standpoint.
Cat.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, if Jeezy was the cat, he get Gucci at least. He didn't put his back to the wall. He said, I extend you. You know, he felt like, I did what I had to do.
Absolutely.
You know.
I don't know how they was able to go to the club after that, the compound. Were you in the A during that time?
Nah. But they got bad guts, bro. Like, they can't even go at it with each other like that. Like, it's wild guts out there. I was just in there later. It's wild. The most guts I ever seen in my
Niggas
life.
had AR-15s on their left and
God.
right hip.
Yeah, you needed a lot of security out there.
We was right on the touchdown. You heard?
That's just, like that out there.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
So who would you like to see in the next verses? I honestly want to see 50 on there. I feel like 50 is a niggas sleep on and forget about how impactful music-wise against anybody. I think 50. Only two people could be 50 is Drake and Jay-Z.
You know what Sue said on Sue So Bad on Twitter said?
What she said?
She said nobody could see R. Kelly in the
That's true. That's true. Shout out to Big Homie Sue, Exquisite Eatery. Tap in. He did. But 50 is definitely one of them niggas I would love to see on the verses, man. Like, he's definitely one of the illest niggas, and I feel like only two niggas can really beat 50. Like, you talking about street shit, mixtape, fucking albums. Like, 50 got that, you know?
For days.
So what else you working on, man? What else you got going on, man?
Working, bro. I feel like the way people accepted my BlancoIII album was crazy to me. Like, the fact people love, like the fact that the Jim Jones record got 300,000 views on YouTube and whatever amount of streams. The fact that I got this many amount of streams when I thought them records.
Shout out to Nickel and Dimes in the building.
Yeah, shout out to Nickel and Dimes.
You know the vibes. We outside on the 28th Black Friday.
I'm passing like 7 million streams. Yeah.
Oh, you passed the 7 million. I remember when you said you hit 3 million.
Nah. Spotify, my shit.
Spotify.
My shit.
On Twitter, I heard you see it over 3 million. You said that on Twitter.
I'm over 7 million
right now.
Just YouTube, Apple, and Spotify. Not even talking SoundCloud and shit like that. I'm an independent big dog.
Talk about it.
In other words, that money going directly to him. Baby.
Yeah, for real.
And the merch. Talk about the merch game that you was out here selling. And I got my shit. Shout out to y'all niggas. I thought my shit was under the table,
Put
but
my shit on the floor. You disrespect.
nah, it's in the plastic. This is what I needed. Appreciate you. Appreciate the love, man. This shit hard right here. This shit stupid hard, man.
Demonality.
How the merch doing? I know you selling out with that too.
That's what I'm about to really make my next career. You feel me? Because that's where the bag's at. I feel like it's a travesty that I haven't been making $500,000, $250,000 every 6 months off of merch.
Sweaters.
Because this shit is here for me. I got a fan base that'll absorb it and buy it. And I just saw the shit. The last time we dropped, the hoodie sold out in 72 minutes.
The Blanco sweaters are dope.
Yeah.
No, that's just a
Them
fire.
shits that you got, those is rare.
Yeah, I'm just a fire. Appreciate it. Do you think quarantine helped you, like, business-wise and music-wise, to really get your shit together?
Yeah, because I'm going to tell you why, right? Like, before I was kind of scared before I had COVID. I didn't want to get COVID, but after I got COVID, I didn't give a fuck no more. So I'm like, all right, I'm going everywhere. I actually left New York. New York is where I really grind. That's where my rap shit happens.
That's where your hot is.
Yeah, I left New York because they was like, yo, so much COVID. And then I came to Cambridge and caught COVID. You feel me? So after I caught that, I was like, all right, I'm free to run because I know I got these antibodies, right? So I could move around. I'm not going to get COVID. So I applied that, and the fact that, think about all the artists. For every artist that's on my level right now, or even a little below, you should start going crazy right now, because all the big artists, they thrive off of showing content of them stage diving, 1 million fans at the shows, being with Kylie Jenner in the Hollywood Hills at an exclusive party. This is what most rappers thrive off, right? So they can't do that now. So now they had to come down to our level. Yeah. So it's like they had choppers up there, and now they got to come down, and we all got handguns. It's the even playing field right now.
You got to get creative.
That's why if it's me versus you in content, not saying you, but if it's me versus you, I'm going to body you in content every time, whoever. Because I could go in my car and rap and come up 20,000 followers.
Talk about it.
High level rap, you feel me? Or I could... I keep these. I got 5 music videos in the stash. By the time I'm done with those, my next album is done, and then I'm gonna have 10 more. Like, I could do this shit forever. I could drop back to back to back and then repeat again. Foreign car speeding and BlancoIII breathing and 40 to the side of his eye, I'll never see again.
That's just what you do. That's just what you do.
He be giving me the elbow. I swear to God.
I'm just like, that's what he do. But let's talk about your album though. What's your favorite tracks on that album?
The ones that do it the best.
Nah, that's not true.
Nah,
the ones that doing it the best, sometimes that's the ones that you
but
dislike.
I like Himalayas a lot, because that shit was fly to me. Like, rush it out.
You said that was a record
Himalayas.
you wasn't sure of, right?
Yeah, Himalayas, I wasn't sure of that record, but then when I started thinking about it, like, damn, I need to do a video. Like, I don't show people my reality so much. Like, I don't show people that, no, I really be the only white boy around 40. Because I just feel like everybody knows it, but then you got to remember, like, people don't know it. Sometimes we wake up in the morning and we're like, everybody knows I'm lit, but they don't. You got to consistently show
Remind them.
And prove
And consistency is the hardest shit to do.
Over and over and over.
Yeah,
so
it's
it's
pressure.
like, you know, with Himalayas, I was like, damn, I really got to take them to where I'm from. I made a couple calls, not even some light shit. Yo, just have a couple people in the field. I pulled up, it was 200 deep in the field in the pandemic. You feel me? I got a Rolls Royce an hour before. We were supposed to have, I don't know what car we were supposed to have. I got a Rolls Royce an hour before. Somebody came from Lawrence with a 10-foot snake. Boom. Put the snake in the ghost. Simple mathematics. Put the snake in the ghost. Feel me? And then
Too high level for me.
Yeah, and then 500,000 views. I'm just saying, you gotta think. These are the things, like, you gotta work with the tools that you were given.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
I could just imagine. I'm like, all right.
Yeah. Who you fucking with in the city though, right now?
Yes.
What city? Massachusetts? You want to start with Boston?
Talk Boston. Who you fucking with in Boston first? I want to hear Boston.
All right, so Boston. I fuck with a lot of people in Boston. You know what I'm saying? I fuck with Church Boy Clips and them. I fuck with
True.
Po Boy D Rose, free Po Boy D Rose. I fuck with 8-Zip.
They got the hottest
I fuck
record
with
of
Shooter's
streets.
music.
Yeah, I fuck
like,
with them niggas.
Because I told 8-Zip the other day, like, his movement is like, that's $1 million right there. That's
Shooters.
the free N-words and all of that.
Free niggas.
Because of what it means for street guys could get it, because it means like free my homies, but then on a political level,
I told him it's the new Stop Snitching shirt.
Like, the problem is out here sometimes we'll put something out and we might think, not that it flopped, or we'll just think that, oh, that's all it did. But nah, like, you know, Soulja Boy was sitting on one of his records, that dance record or whatever, for 6 months before that shit came out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like he could double back and make that shit the biggest brand on earth. Like,
100%.
but 8-Zip, King Bricks, Young Holla, like, Young Holla's fire. I'm a miss people now. Why Jizzle?
Yeah.
Why Jizzle super fire?
Yeah. I fuck with them kids.
Incredible. I wasn't done with Boston. Who's in Boston? Avenue. Then see, I'm gonna forget.
There's so much niggas, man.
Forgive me for who I forget, because I know dudes are gonna be so mad. But I know that there's artists I fuck with, like, damn. See, I'm drawing a blank. I ain't gonna hold you. But I fuck with a lot of artists out of Boston. Most of them got smoked with each other, so it's like hard. G.O.D. Incredible. One of the greatest artists to ever come out of Massachusetts.
Somebody had to put me on the games.
Yeah,
people was mad at me because I didn't know who he was.
I'm talking about like you bring him in here on one of these mics to make you a hit. Like, he's different.
Yeah,
he's different. You feel me? Rosewood Babe. Who I'm forgetting?
Hefe Replay, no?
Hefe Replay. Real rock star.
You can be here all day. There's so many.
We can be here every day because honestly,
I love the music scene right now.
I feel like I fuck with the majority of.
Yeah, Reem Scully. Yeah, he's doing his thing.
You know what I mean? Y'all got to throw.
Stizzy.
Yeah. Stizzy Left Lane. Shout out cousin Stiz, my brother. Mm-hmm. I love Stiz to death. You feel me?
DQ Jones type in. Tap
your brother.
Mm-hmm. H. Milly,
incredible.
Yeah.
I wish he would drop way
gotta be
more.
consistent. He's in the
Dutchy
trenches
too
too
bad.
much. Dutchy.
Cash Gotti.
You know the
Feel
vibes.
me?
Strip life.
Damn, there's so many. But then you got to think about the incredible artists, street artists like Young World. Like, I come from some different shit. You know who Young World is?
Yeah.
High level rap. You understand
I know
me?
Young World is.
Yeah.
I know that side of town.
Shout out Lou Armstrong. Goddamn, there's so many. 7981 Cal is the most famous rapper out of Boston right now. That's a fucking fact. In reality, he was on the Trap Geek joint, 4.5 million. His views is running up, and he's in the joint. It's sad that he can't reap the benefits, but he's booming, and his music was incredible. You know what I mean? So there's a lot of artists from Boston, and then Brockton. I was telling D the Flyers, I can't front on him. Like, his camp is incredible, like on a talent level. BTL Drizzy, EK, and what he does, they different, super different.
You know what time it is.
Shout out Brockton and Rocky Marcy.
It's crazy because we talk about all these rappers from Boston and we name it all these different hoods, man. But I appreciate the rap right now and the culture right now, man.
He's a goat from your hood.
Shout out to D the Flies to the building, man.
My brother. And that's another thing, like...
And shout out some Cambridge artists, too, that's doing their thing, man.
Yeah, because, I mean, you know, you said Boston first, but on some Cambridge shit, like, even just on some global shit, like G Nipsey.
I gotta tap in with him. I heard he fire.
But you know what happens?
I gotta tap in with him.
Dick sucking shit happens when it's like, G Nipsey brings goddamn Lil Reese to the hood, shows 160 bands, and all motherfuckers can say on Twitter is like, they brought him to Cambridge. That's not Boston. You know what I'm saying? The corny shit happens and shit, man. We all gotta be together and just show love. Yeah, shout out Pool 44 and all of that. G Nipsey's incredible.
Yo, Lil Reese came out here and got a nice little bag. He was just in every hood, man, getting the chicken, man.
Yeah, but he posted the one from, you feel me?
From your side of town. Yeah. Shout out to y'all.
Yeah, of course. And then Trap Glizzy. Demo Crash Out. I'ma forget him. I'ma forget a lot of them.
Man.
Yeah, Cambridge is doing his thing right now, man.
Is the most influential.
I appreciate you sliding coming through, man. NH, man. You know, kicking it, man. Like, you was one of the first niggas to show me love, man.
Nah, you the greatest. You the greatest interviewer to ever come out of Boston in history.
I don't like when you say that because every time you get on somebody's podcast, you giving them a compliment. You always saying somebody's good at something.
You the greatest interviewer.
Because it's really
just
natural.
Because you should be mad like salacious and you be saying it with like a straight face. You just funny as shit, like, and your Twitter funny, like, you just a funny dude.
Gotta respect it. You gotta respect it, man. I'm happy for you stamping my shit, man. Another good podcast, man. Is that pandemic? Is that pandemic bread right there? You been in New York a lot.
Unemployment check, all of
You
my
been in
shit.
New York a lot.
Punching them numbers in, man.
Feel me?
You already know. Gotta get it, man. We already know BlancoIII is out.
BlancoIII.
You know.
BlancoIII coming.
Shout out to my nigga
Big shit.
Sin.
We gonna shake the city forever.
You got one of the hottest clothing brands out right now in Brockton. That shit straight fire. You know, shout out to them niggas. Shout out to my stadium niggas, man. Shout out for Puff and Cream always making it happen for me, man. You know, one of the sponsors out here. Appreciate y'all niggas, man. Shout out to Puff and Cream. You know the vibes, man. Shout out to D the Flyers. Everybody eats, man, coming through. Stamping this shit, man. BlancoIII out now. It's BNF Podcast. We out, man. Appreciate you, baby.
And all that.